Hip hop and film have always had a close relationship. Over the years, many movies have been influenced by hip hop, and many albums have been influenced by movies. But how we appreciate these two art forms seems to be pretty different for the most part. When we watch a movie, we turn the lights off and put our phones away, get some popcorn ready, sit back, relax, and enjoy the film. But with music, it's rare that we treat it in the same way. If it's not tossed on in the car while you're driving, it's easy to pick up your phone while you listen and get distracted. So lately I've been trying to treat albums like I do film, and really make it an experience. During the pandemic, when typical movie theaters were closed, I ventured out a few times to the drive-in theater, where they would show double features, two movies back to back that were not directly related, but had similar vibes to them. This took me back in time, to when drive-ins were a staple of American life, when people would go out every Saturday night to see the latest monster movie. Which brings me to my video topic today. There are two hip-hop albums that are perfect for a double feature, both being inspired by Japanese monster movies from the Godzilla universe. The projects are MF Doom's 2003 album Take Me to Your Leader as King Geedorah, and Starker and G-Dub's 2021 album Mothra. The first album in our double feature is MF Doom's Take Me to Your Leader. While he was running with the Monster Island Czars, Doom donned the name King Geedorah, named after the legendary kaiju King Geedorah, who first appeared in the 1964 film Geedorah, the Three-Headed Monster. When describing this album, Doom said, "Geedorah is a space monster. He's not from the Earth. I made it different on purpose. A blend of ill lyrics and instrumentals. To me, it's way iller than any of the whack shit out now. This whole album is Geedorah's alien perspective on humans. This is done intentionally, to show the listener a mirror image of his or herself, and the way that we see each other." The entire album was produced by Doom. Even though he only appears vocally on 5 of the tracks, his presence is certainly felt on the whole thing. The production feels straight out of a monster movie, or an old exploitation flick. It's cartoonish, colorful, and larger than life. This has some of the best beats of Doom's career. Phaser starts off with Geedorah rapping like the alien dragon he is, over a beat sampled directly from King Geedorah's second appearance in a film, called The Invasion of the Astro Monster.
King Geedorah, take me to your leader. Quick to claim that he not no snake like me neither. They need to take a breather.
Mr. Fantastic shows up for Antimatter, and his chemistry with Doom is unparalleled. The two sound like a couple of monsters stalking their prey, over this beat that's the essence of cool.
Mr. Fantastic put the busy in the beat, rock from the bottom straight to the tizzy.
Who is he? You need to get out more.
Next Levels has 3 of the Monster Island MCs rapping over one of the smoothest Doom beats ever. This album sounds like you're taking a visit to Monster Island, with each of Doom's groupmates getting a chance to steal a scene. Except there's one monster who isn't on the island, but 18 years later invaded Earth in their own way, and that is Mothra. Starker has been a rising artist in the New York underground scene for the better part of the last decade, giving us many great albums, most notably his work with YL as well as Al Divino. In 2021 he released 5 albums, with my favorite being his collaboration with G-Dubs, called Mothra. While Starker isn't necessarily playing the character of Mothra like Doom was, he embodies the monstrous energy that Doom laid the groundwork for all those years ago. In fact, Starker originally got the idea for this album while on a trip to Japan, and he stated that Phasers, the opening track to King Geedorah's album, as one of his main inspirations for the project. Just like Take Me to Your Leader, Mothra starts off with a sample directly from an old Mothra movie, moving into a beat that sounds like the horror of a kaiju thunderously stepping through a city. Starker's voice is deep and gravelly, with this rolling flow that sounds unlike anyone else, feeling like a relentless onslaught from Mothra on its victims. Bob Barker was the lead single to the album, and it's definitely the standout track here. G-Dub's beat sounds like it's directly pulled from an old Bob Barker hosted game show, and Starker rips the beat in this hypnotizing flow that only he could spit.
I do my thing when it come to the boss, be like I'm shuffling cards, my deliaki be a humble with Lord, not very stocky, but I bumble regardless of size of challenges, I doesn't sound like cannabis.
G-Dubs kills this whole album on the boards, giving a variety of vibes for Starker to rock over. The way he's able to blend samples in and have them almost interact with how Starker is rapping is so awesome. The two have incredible chemistry on every track. Jumanji is one of my personal favorites on the album, that gives Starker carte blanche to unleash his flow on the track. It's unrelenting, but almost effortless in its grace, sort of like Mothra flying above its destruction, unable to be stopped, but still a sight to behold.
Yo, I heard these drugs was legal. Catch me wildin' like Bugsy Siegel with the Regal Beagle, chillin' with Larry. You know my stilo, buggin' out like Steve-O with Ben Majerus. Some libido got me fucking bitches out of text messages. My sex measurements for pleasure.
G-Dubs rips verses on this track as well as Big Mac. There aren't too many features, just G-Dubs, who I already mentioned, Netta, who's on the intro, and the god Fahim, who murders the track Transporters. He feels like another monster in this world, carrying on the tradition from the Monster Island Czars, showing that these monstrous MCs can come together to wreak havoc on the world together. The album closes with two more of my favorite tracks, Walt Frazier and then Rush Hour, which sounds like a chase scene at the climax of this album's film, before resolving into the outro, which continues the album's motif with the Mothra theme music, with singing and chanting of Mothra's name, almost like a worshipping of this monstrous event that just took place. Listening to these albums back to back, you not only get a double feature of larger-than-life cinematic hip-hop, but you also get a bit of a time-traveling history lesson on the evolution of New York underground hip-hop. These albums feel like they could in theory be released around the same time, but they both have a lot of insight into their respective eras and movements, with the current wave of underground East Coast hip-hop that Starker is one of the most important voices of, being a direct descendant of what MF Doom did in the 2000s. Most recently, Starker partnered with Westside Gunn to artistically spearhead the visuals around the release of his album Peace Fly God, and Gunn, who famously collaborated with Doom on their Westside Doom release years back. So there really is so much of Doom's influence on this new wave. So next time you play Take Me to Your Leader, I implore you, make it an event. Head over to Bandcamp and sync up Mothra for your very own Hip Hop Kaiju double feature. Thank you for watching, everybody. I went a little outside the box with this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did and want to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, that is greatly appreciated. If you have any other ideas for albums that could be linked up for their very own double feature, drop those in the comments. I'm really curious as to what other options there could be. And let me know what you did think of this format of talking about two albums at once like this. If you enjoyed it, then maybe I can make it into a series or something. As always, I get a lot more planned for this year on the channel, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.